Nice.
All right, welcome back, guys. New year, new me, new microphone, new episode of videos for you. Uh, Fortunately for you, we switched the games from Quake Champions, which you really, really hate with all of your heart, and we're gonna start with some Quake for action here. We're still planning to do some Quake Live and Quake 3 games for you, but I think this one was requested by someone in the comments from the last video we posted, and I think that's a great one to start with, and I think that's one of the best ones to start with. So if you are not familiar with Quake 4, and just in the beginning, like I'm here again with Bruno, and we're gonna give you a storyline in the beginning, right?
Yeah, it's a great video. I mean, you were there during Quake 4 times. I wasn't. So tell us what was happening with the Quake 4 scene. Because as far as I'm aware, from someone from the outside, Quake 4 was the most competitive Quake ever. Because there were like 30 lands in 3 years or something.
Yeah, like I was a teenager back then, and I was still going to school, and I missed so much days in my school because of traveling, because we were really like, I was really like flying like every 2 weeks basically for a tournament. The majority of them were really small, but like we had like a lot of tournaments for like 3K, 5K, 10K prize pool, like etc. Right? And at that time, 2006, so the very beginning of Quake 4, we had like this WSVG tour. It was very similar to CPL tour, which was taking place in Painkiller back then. And the story is that's basically almost the repeat of the story. So as far as you remember, like this like CPL tour in Painkiller, and Wu was the best ever Painkiller player. He was winning every single stop. And then there was like this grand final, this very final stop, like in the end of the tour, and it was the main finals, and Fatal1ty somehow like losing all of the like previous like finals against Wu, he managed to like came out from the loser bracket and beat him twice, right? As far as I remember.
Yeah,
So
that
here's the
was
same.
in Painkiller, right?
Yeah, here's the same story. Like Tox was dominating the scene. He was winning every single tournament from the very beginning. He was winning all the WSVG stops. And then we had the main grand final where like Fatal1ty came out basically from loser bracket again, because like there was sitting or something as well. And we have like grand final, and Fatal1ty is taking the first BO3, and the whole fucking like studio like scene and whole like public is going crazy, and it's in United States, so everybody's cheering for Fatal1ty, and Tox is just sitting there losing the first BO3, getting red on his face, getting like mad as hell.
And thinking he's gonna be the next Vu.
Yeah, and thinking he's gonna be the next Wu, and it's like it's unbearable, because like you cannot believe, because Tox was like so much more dominant than Wu, like in Painkiller. It's like it's insane that Fatal1ty was able to even take like that first BO3, especially that, for example, I always like mention it in our podcasts and videos. I never like considered Fatal1ty as like really, really good or talented player. He was a very good businessman, but in my opinion, he was not a really great player. So it's like adds up even more to this story. So we're gonna skip the first BO3, because it's I don't think that's so exciting. We're gonna jump right next
Yeah.
to the second BO3, where you're gonna be able to see like what's the vibe in general, how Toxic is feeling, and that he is really kind of mad, and like second BO3 is his last chance, and he can be like Wu. And also interesting fun fact, like between those BO3s there was like a little break, as you can see Fatal1ty winning Tox
Wow.
here, quite like high score, like for this map especially. That was one of the best like Tox maps. And if you see at accuracy, it's like it's very low for Tox. Tox usually had the best LG, best ray gun, like by far. There was like no contest for him, and we see here now like Fatal1ty was out aiming him. And in between the BO3s, like Tox is just like getting ready, taking a little break, like trying to gather his mind, and like the whole like studio is like against him. And then we have like this very historical like quote from like too good shouting from the audience. He wasn't commentating that game. That everybody in the
Hmm.
studio is like cheering for Fatal1ty, is cheering against you, but everybody on internet is cheering for you to win. So just focus on your game and keep playing. And that was a crazy moment. I remember even watching it live, and like I was just like, I had like goosebumps on my hands basically. Like listen to this. It was like for a kid like me who was trying to climb up and become the best in Quake 4, that was like crazy moment.
Monsoon. I don't really know the map names in Quake 4. I think this might be the first time I'm actually gonna, start off cast a Quake 4 game.
Okay, that's great.
Should we just get started then?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Okay, so, okay. I thought you started mid-game, but it's still warm-up.
No, it's warm-up.
It's 10 to 8. Okay, so Toxic is doing good in warm-up, but we are back to 0-0. So we are sure it's second BO3, right? And it's a first map.
Yeah, this is the first map of second BO3.
Okay. Monsoon, I think Monsoon was the favorite map of both of these players, alongside Placebo for Tox. So I think Fatal1ty was really liking this map, and he practiced it a lot. And also funny shit, like before that final, I think Fatal1ty asked Termi to play with him, and he asked Termi to change his nickname to SK Toxic, just to get used to like his name and like not being afraid of him. Because back then everybody was afraid of Tox. Tox was extremely aggressive, very good timing, and super good aim. So I'm expecting him to see like better aim if he wants to win this BO3.
The whole movement and like style of Quake 4.
Yeah,
such a different vibe to the rest of Quakes.
It was also like mid-fight that was very like pickable, like back and forth, like double picking because of your slide, so you could slide away.
And the zoom is so cool.
And then try to slide in back to the fight, so you had to be super aware and super reactive in that game. And yeah, zoom was cool as well. I really like the zoom here.
I saw it in the first map. It was Phrantic, I think, on the first best of 3. Fatal1ty won like 5-2.
Yeah.
For a Quake 4 game to win with only 7 frags, that must have been super slow.
Yeah. Also, Phrantic was like a map without derail, kind of like CK. I don't think there is like a point comparing like those two games, but yeah, but Phrantic is a map without the railgun and like a little bit slower pace, and Fatal1ty, like back then nobody played as slow as Fatal1ty, as you can even see here, Tox
trying to... 2 minutes.
Yeah,
no frags yet. Not even a fight.
Yeah, Tox trying to get to his skin, and he cannot, because like Fatal1ty was the most defensive player, and he never fit. But yeah, Tox starting to hit. That's very like dangerous for Fatal1ty now. And that position is very superior. I don't know why Tox didn't try to abuse it with rocket launcher.
Especially after landing the rail, I thought it would just drop on him with LG. But I mean, he was getting out of rocket launcher.
Okay, that should be won by Tox. And I still think he doesn't hit as strong as he usually does, but we can clearly see in this BO3 that he hits a little bit better. And yeah, especially now. See, like he's not getting out-aimed anymore by Fatal1ty, and especially given this backstoryline, because like there was a lot of rumors, like some people said that Tox threw this first BO3. Some people said
that's what I have heard.
Yeah. I really think, I don't think he threw that game because like he was really mad, and I also heard another story. I know for a fact that on first BO3 Tox had very little time to set up on this stage, and something wasn't working with his like sensitivity and mouse. And back then, remember, everybody used like some like drivers for your mouse, like separated like devices, etc. So it took very long time back then to set up. And I think they didn't really give chance Tox to set up properly, and that's why like in between BO3s, like he asked for a break and he tried to reset like his mouse settings.
Finally a frag for Fatal1ty. We're still watching him.
Yeah, and it's already like higher score game than the Phrantic from the first BO3.
Yeah.
And Tox really feels free here. Like it's really hard to describe like and to show you guys on the screen. But like back in the days when you played Tox, you felt like he's kind of like he's basically doing whatever fuck he wants with you.
Wait, hold on. How long is the weapon respawn time? I just noticed Tox was waiting for the LG for like 20 seconds.
Should be 15 seconds. Yeah,
that's a lot.
Yeah.
Compared to like all the other Quakes, it's longer, except for like TDM and stuff.
That was also part of the game. Like controlling weapon was very important.
I like it. And I mean, if Tox is the one you're playing versus, controlling LG is definitely a big part of it.
Yeah, yeah. So now we see Fatal1ty like playing out of his comfort zone because
That's really nice movement by Fatal1ty, actually.
yeah,
It's thought he could have gone the other way to get the red
yeah.
after doing such good dodge, but he still gets fragged.
Also, for you who doesn't really know Quake 4, this game seems like it might be over, but it's not. Like, it's a very fast-paced duel game, and like, you could see the score on the Placebo, like when we showed you 31-18. So,
Yeah.
like, and it's 15 minutes game. It's like, see, it's still more than 10 minutes. So, in Quake Champions or Quake Live, half of the game will be already over, but it's not even the beginning. I really
Yeah, I
like
mean-
the 15 minutes games, like back then. Also in Quake 3.
And especially at the pace that Quake 4 is played, I assume you can get like 7 frags in a
Yeah,
minute with no
yeah.
problem.
Yeah, it seems like 10 minutes game were a little bit more calculated, and sometimes people tend to give up too fast.
Oh my god, what?
Oh, jeez.
What a rocket.
That's crazy, yeah.
Alright,
Yeah.
you can shoot through teleporters as
Yeah,
well in here.
Yeah. Also, funny thing, like with Quake 4, like I used it a lot. Like you could throw like a grenade on the jump pad, and it kept jumping and giving the sounds like it's your opponent there.
Really?
Yeah, I used it a lot. Yeah.
Nice.
Also, hitting in Quake 4 was so difficult, man. Like, even it feels like Tox is hitting like really little and 30% or something. I think 40% back then was maximum for players to get, and only Toxic was able to like get close to that.
I mean, I've tried Quake 4 like once or twice, and even today, with how good everyone has gotten, it's still really hard to get that accuracy.
You tried Quake 4 today?
No, I tried Quake 4 a couple of times.
Okay.
But even nowadays, it's hard to
Nowadays,
hit that
yeah.
kind of accuracy.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was just the models were moving so fast, and like, you know, if we're giving out stories and etc. Like, I was speaking with Cypher like when he got really successful, because he was top player. Oh my god, Tox is, you know, that those kind of shots were really difficult back then, like in Quake 4. And going back to Cypher, like when he became extremely successful in Quake 3 and Quake Live, he told me that Quake 4 helped him a lot, because when he switched to Quake 3 after Quake 4, he instantly switched. He didn't take any breaks, because there was like a half-year break between those games, and like majority of players took a break, and he jumped right into Quake 3 and Quake Live, and he said that helped him a lot, because switching from playing 3 or 4 years of Quake 4 to Quake 3, he said, dude, I was hitting 90% of rail and like 50% LG, and it felt like, you know, I can still hit more, because everything like felt like a slow motion. And he kind of like were very consistent with practicing, and it stayed with him, this kind of aim.
Yeah, makes sense. Is it?
That's
Would
very-
you like you were watching this after Tox lost the last 2 maps pretty convincingly? Were you expecting him to just start winning by 15 frags?
No. Honestly, if I played this map and I was in position of Tox, I would never lose this map. And I still think it's like impossible to lose it. Even though the scores are very high, like Fatal1ty is like, he looks like a fucking bomb here, for real. He's completely doing nothing on the map. He cannot contest any major...
What do you do in Quake 4 if you're in this position versus some player that's just controlling both the items?
And you
The only
lose
thing you can do is just hit rails or something, I don't know.
And you lose in 71, or it's like a tight game. Yeah, if you lose in 71, you need to quit the game and like go work in a bakery or something. Because this is how it looks like. For me, Fatal1ty should work in a bakery now instead of playing this game. But if the game is tight and your opponent has both items, it's like you really had to like play a lot on your movement and try to like pick situation where you could deal a lot of damage, and also be able to like, you know, like, it's not like a Quake Champions where it's 30 seconds for like items to spawn. You could try to like combine like the items to like clash and try to take one of them. Similar like with Quake Live or Quake 3, it was a little bit like, it gave you a little bit more options. Like based on timing, you know.
We just see Toxic play, this is just a Toxic highlight reel.
Yeah, I don't know, Fatal1ty is just running around.
And this, from what I was reading up on the tournament, Toxic got to the grand finals. He beat Fatal1ty
Yeah.
in the upper bracket,
Yeah.
and he didn't lose a single map throughout the tournament until this first best of 3.
Yeah. Yeah, as far as I remember, he really didn't get time to like set up, and his sensitivity wasn't like set, and he couldn't aim. That's what he said like after, also like after years. So yeah, and as we know, like as I said, like you know, like it's always fair play, etc. But whenever you are playing in the US against American player, it always felt like you're in such a disadvantage, and like the crowd is against you, and they are super fucking loud. And you know, like Swedish and Scandinavian players, right? Their mentality is they are very closed up people, and they are very like shy and like, quiet, like
Except
this,
Spartan.
except Sparty. That can like intimidate you, and like you know we clearly see like by talks that you know it didn't feel like comfortable for him. I wish we had some cameras, because I think in Force BO3 we had cameras of like Fatal1ty and
We had the
Tox.
players, but there was a lot of caster nights, so
Yeah, we could maybe try to like continue with that, but like lower the volume. But at least like now you kind of guys have like the whole backstory of like what really happened on that tournament, because you know I think a lot of people are also interested in like little stories from tournaments like this, because like nobody.
yeah, that's the best.
Yeah.
Because no one of us was here, and like every land, there's always stories to tell.
Yeah, yeah. Also, like when you ask about the gun timing, like you know, it's 15 seconds, and that was in 2006, like when Tox was unbeatable after this tournament. I was playing WSVG final against him, and I was like you know trying to like beat him, and nobody beat him before like in that game. And I also lost Force BO3, and then the power went off, and then Cooler came to me and he said, "Listen, I really want you to win, and I think I know how you can win with my strategy on Phrantic and you playing it, because it's gonna fit you well." And then he kind of like drew the strategy on Pizza Box for me, and you guys asked,
Pizza box story.
yeah, and you guys also asked for this video, which we're gonna also do. And the majority of the strategy was basing on the weapon, like you know, spawn time.
Respawn timers.
Yeah, and the proper routes to take to be able to deny all of the guns from Tox.
Interesting.
Which
Yeah, in a map when it's this small, if you do get a kill,
yeah,
you can kind of run the map from LG to Rocket to Rail without letting the opponent get anything.
yeah,
It's not even about the items at this point, it's just about the actual weapons.
yeah. Same like on Phrantic even smaller. So, so you kind of like it feels unnatural to, for example, to give up heavy, or like red, especially when there was no mega on that map, and expect to win the map. But it kind of like was like this. I need to remember exactly what was it about, but I think I was just giving red for free to Tox and controlling guns instead.
Isn't Phrantic the one where red is kind of like in the closed,
closed.
little cave?
Yeah, you could either rocket jump out of there or take a lot of damage getting out of that place.
Fatal1ty. Now it's definitely too late to make a comeback.
Definitely, yeah.
I love the zoom in Quake 4.
Yeah, it was great. Like the colors of railguns as well. Like I really like, for example, I think if we could combine everything, everything what's best from each Quake, we could actually get a fucking perfect Quake. Cause I would really like to like change like my rail color in Quake Champions, but like to the point where I could add things and make it beautiful, or have my config and like you know play with my name, at least colors to my name. Look at those colors. They are great. You can make a colors of your fucking like you know sponsor or your like team you're representing. Like I could have a blue like you know or something, and Quake Champions killed all that. Like instead we had a lot of good features, like you know, or like this like picking
A lot of good features, and then silence for 3 seconds while you think of them.
No, but this feature like in a round duel based game, like you had like you could see like what kind of champions you are picking, right? That's what we lack in time limit later on. Crazy. That's quite of a switch between first BO3 and second BO3.
Yeah, especially since the last score we saw was 31 to like 18 or something for Fatality. How many maps was the Quake 4 map pool, like competitively?
Whoa, you
'Cause I don't
know?
really know the names. I know there was Phrantic. I know there was. Is this Monsoon? This is
Yeah,
Monsoon, right?
Monsoon, there was Placebo, there was Galang, there was quite few, usually 5, sometimes even 3.
3. Wow.
Yeah, on some tournaments you even had 3 maps and played BO3. But usually 5 was the amount of maps.
And I guess this didn't really have maps from like older Quakes, because every single Quake
yeah.
you play campgrounds and ZTN, but I guess no campgrounds or ZTN in TM6.
No.
Nice.
There was some remake of like DM17. I don't even know how it's called in Quake Champions.
The longest yard.
Longest yard, yeah. Fuck, yeah. Actually, no, just forgot. Okay, what we could do now, maybe we can switch to the casters one and see if they got cameras and lower the voice.
Let's see.
Okay, so yeah, this one, we just see that Toxic getting beaten.
So this was.
Yeah, just lower it even, yeah, like this. And then just move to in between maps. Maybe we can check if they had their webcams or something. That was kind of new thing also back then. That's why I'm interested, because like back then you didn't really have webcams. Like, see?
There we go.
And see, it's 2006. It's one of the first very big events, and like they're sitting in the middle of the room. You see those monitors. That's why I wanted
This
webcams.
is so cool.
Like, it's fucking cool, man.
Yeah, the huge CRTs.
Yeah, huge CRTs. Also, another fun fact: like every single Quake 4 tournament, Tox was bringing like the window glass like cleaner, like some kind of like
He has
like
such
a
a
rack
small
with him.
mousepad. What the hell?
It was ice mat, yeah. He was always cleaning his monitor before like each game. Basically like spraying the monitor with like glass cleaner and then wiping it away with a wipe. So he always had this setup. He was always going, he was unpacking, he was like, setting up his mouse, keyboard, etc., headsets, and then he was getting out his glass cleaner, his bubble gum to chew, some like snooze, I think, and like something else. And then we were watching with Cypher like a kids, like 14, 15 years old, and I was like, dude, next tournament I'm fucking bringing like the glass cleaner for my monitor. That's the way to go. And he was also like cleaning his mousepad because it was ice mat. So he was also cleaning it like very, very often, like every single BO3 or like a match or something like this,
Yeah, the more you use glass mounts, you like sometimes you're even cleaning it in mid, like right after a fight. You can feel every little bit of dirt.
Yeah. Very popular mousepad back then. I never used it. I didn't like it, but already I remember how Tox looked like in first BO3, and he was red as hell and angry, and now he feels like he's chilled. You hear this crowd? This is what I'm talking about. Like each frag fatality made, the crowd was like, I think crowd was like a little bit. All right, I'm not gonna say.
Oh, this is not a good start for. Oh, never mind. I thought he was gonna die.
He still might
fine.
die. Okay. I just wanted to say something about the crowd, which I'm not gonna say, but I will say it differently. I'm just curious if fatality paid the crowd or something, or the crowd was filled with fatality.
Like Americans, right?
Yeah.
Americans cheering, and they're very patriotic.
Like in the first BO3, like you could see like Tox like hitting crazy rails, and the crowd is like, yeah. And then like fatality
Like-
is just like random kill from machine gun, and they are like
This
going
was
full like
after-
animal mode.
This was after Fatality having been on MTV and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of the crowd there probably
Knew
thinks
him.
Fatality is the
Yeah.
biggest star in the world.
Yeah. This map is very aim heavy. You really had to have like good ray gun and like aim, and like we seen stats from BO1, and like Tox wasn't like hitting too much, but now he's hitting much more.
Do any Quake 4 maps have like 2 yellows? Or are they all just 1 yellow?
Yeah, like Phrantic had 2.
Yeah, but it didn't have a mega. So it's always
Yeah.
3 items.
Galang had 2, I think. Monsoon had 1, yeah. And this one has 1, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that almost took.
that's a good point, because like with 1 yellow, it's like much easier to play for a guy like Tox,
Yeah.
because he never was like super like good timing machine or anything like that. And you know, the more yellows, the more greens, like the more complicated the game is. Especially in a game like this where like red is 25, mega 35.
Look at
See?
the crowd
Yeah.
losing their mind.
Cloud, yeah, they woke up. They finally woke up. After being quiet for 3 minutes, they woke up. Look now. Oh man. Oh what? And Cloud is quiet. Cloud is quiet, man. Tox just killed him with a machine gun, starting machine gun when Fatality was full stack.
Oh, there the
And
claps
Crowd,
come again.
okay, Crowd wake up again, yeah. No, I really think they were like family members of Fatality.
I mean, it could be. I just think for the crowd, this is like a lot of the crowd at least, because they're not all Quake players.
Yeah,
For a lot of the crowd, it's just one really famous player versus the Swedish guy.
yeah. Also, like, two things are crazy, like Fatality having his own brand back then, and I
Yeah.
think you could even see like on the PCs, there's logo of Fatality, like graphic cards and stuff, so like this, like nowadays it wouldn't work out. You cannot have a player like being like part of like sponsoring the event, right? And then having a fair game, like you know what I mean, like nowadays with like political rights and stuff, like you cannot really, I don't think you could pull this off. Like
I mean, depends.
imagine
In
going to
KingCon,
QuakeCon.
Maxer and Sombro were playing and sponsoring the tournament, but that was a community event.
Yeah, but okay, yeah, but imagine you're going to QuakeCon and have like my logo there. Like what?
Nice.
I would have to pay like tons of money to be able to have it there.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, to
But
not,
I guess at that point, Fatality was almost bigger than Quake in a way.
yeah. Uh, Also to not trash talk Fatality only, like, at least this map is quite close. And it finally
Why
feels
are you
good to watch.
spoiling, dude?
Well, it is quite close, right?
Oh, you mean for now at least? Yeah.
For now, yeah.
Oh, that's a nice shot.
Like compared to the Force map, because like the Force map was a disaster for Fatality, like the Monsoon.
Yeah.
So at least we can see that now he fights back and it's not one-sided, because like imagine winning the first BO3 and then getting like crushed in the second BO3, that would be bad. But now it's 5-5 game and finally we got something to say about it. Like the spawn system was like exactly the same as Quake Champions or Quake Live, so it was
Yeah,
much different
seems
with
like
Quake
it.
3. And
What about the weapon switching? How slow or fast was it?
that was faster. Also quite similar to CPMA, so depends from which weapon to which. Like certain switches were faster than the other, you know. Like LG to rail was super fast, and like rocket to rail was not, you know.
I love the crowd.
Yeah.
They immediately shut up.
Yeah, there's only Tugut and someone else cheering for Tox there. Yeah, man. Like, I remember, like, first BO3, Tox was losing. It was like he was feeding frags, and even it was 20-1 or something, and crowd was still going crazy about Fatality. When Tox made the first frag, nobody said anything. When Tox made the second frag, nobody screamed anything, and Tugut was like, "Yeah, let's go, Tox, let's go!" And they're like, "Yeah, yeah, great frag, Tox." That's insane, man.
Oh, still alive. 3 HP easy. How hard was the snowball in this game? Because it seems like if you do get a couple of kills, since the maps are pretty small, snowballing isn't that hard.
No, it's not. It's not. If you did everything right and like knew the spawns exactly and use the spawns and kill off the spawns, then yeah, it was very easy to snowball. You couldn't really avoid it too much, and especially back then, people tend to not to like delay spawns. Maybe Fatality did that, but like yeah, Tox would never delay spawns. Like he was too hot-headed, and he really wanted to rush right away.
Do you think Tux knew there was a way to delay spawns?
I'm sure he knew. He just didn't use it. You know, even nowadays, like people sometimes not using it. Instead, they spawning right away and try to go because they feel like they can still fight, you know, or whatever, like
Yeah.
hit of the moment. And but yeah, Toxic's hitting a lot. Both hitting a lot, so it's a nice game to watch finally because it's a very close game now compared to the
The
Force
only
BO3 and Force map.
the only thing I'm missing from a spectator is to be able to look to see the other player's HP from the HUD, I guess.
That will be good. Good. You also don't have really X-ray, right?
Yeah, no, we don't.
See, the crowd is crazy. Yeah, so you don't have X-ray, so you don't see where is the enemy, and that feature was added later on. So I don't know if it's
Oh my god, that was a nice
that's
shot.
good shot. Yeah, that's a really good shot. Okay, so that's a game. That's what I'm talking about. I don't mind Fatality winning, but have a game close and like fair. You know that's crazy good to watch then.
Now 15 seconds still for any item. Where does the rail spawn in this map? Oh, it's right
Yeah,
behind the red armor?
yeah, like
Oh, no, it's right. It's lower here. What is behind the red armor?
like above there is like TP.
Yeah, yeah.
Like on your left, like there's TP and you can like go here to this little bridge leading to Mega. Okay, so you really don't know maps even.
No,
Crazy.
no, no, no.
Nice.
I've played Quake 4 like 2 times.
I've
I remember the
invited the
first
right
time.
I've invited the right person for this one.
I think the first time I played Quake 4, I found a guy named Baxtin on a server. The map was Monsoon.
Okay.
And he beat me so hard, I told him to start playing Quake Live.
Okay.
And Baxtin started playing Quake Live.
You know, I don't remember Baxin playing Quake 4. I don't know how. I just remember him from Quake Live only.
Maybe he started after everyone switched.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Could have
Okay,
gotten that mega.
12 to 7. This is slipping away from Tox slowly. It's like really easy to control the map. Like it's only like those two huge items like next to each other. And then, yeah, he has a perfect rotation now. Like, and Fatality was actually good with timing and rotations and like with those kind of stuff. And I think like people underestimate his aim, but I think Fatality aim was one of the best in Quake 4, honestly.
Oh, that's the LG on top there, right?
Yeah,
That,
on the jump, but it's like very tricky place to go get LG, and you could like bait Tox to go there and take it.
like the weapon models look so different in Quake 4 compared to every other Quake. Like you can tell Rocket is a rocket
Like
because it's
look
red,
this
but everything
LG,
else.
it's like very similar to Quake 4 in Quake Champion LG.
Yeah. I
It
mean,
is. It's
it's
just
the same
smaller.
skin.
Yeah, it's just a little bit thinner, and I also like the hit beep, hit beeps, like the Quake 4 hit beeps. Yeah, they were
Yeah.
cool. Okay,
Okay. 8 HP though. Oh,
5 minutes, guys. It's like half of the game in Quake Champions now. It's like still a lot of time to go.
nice. I would have missed that shot.
Nah, you wouldn't. You're an aim machine, Bruno.
Yes. Yes, I am.
See, they're just like they are fighting there, I think. This crowd is like, they had too much beer.
I'm actually surprised at what the Toxic did just now. Because he let go of both items just to do a little bit of damage.
I think
But
Tox
well, now I
also,
would expect. Go for it.
he also liked to let you go on red armor and take it, because then he was like having a great place to LGU. Like a lot of people did that, like they let opponent go here because it's a very small space, and they kind of like LGU down with really
Yeah,
high
the thing is,
accuracy.
he didn't even try to stop him when he went for the yellow either. He just stayed on the other side of the map.
And
And
you can see like now Fatality is playing super defensive and trying to defend the lead. Nobody else will do that at that time. It's 4 minutes left.
yeah.
Like Fatality, I feel like in Quake Champions, Fatality will be start to playing defensive already in the second minute of the game. If he would make like 3-4 frags, he would be trying to like defend the lead already. Like Fatality, well, he's a phenomenal player, like from one perspective, because he really practiced hard. This is the most hardcore practice player ever, and like, you know, he had everything on point, like this defensive play style. Like guys, like this, like practice. Like he was practicing 4 hours, then he was going for a run, then he was practicing another 4 hours, and then another 4 hours. He was practicing 8 to 12 hours per day for like days and weeks and months, like during such like tour. It's like crazy.
I think the most important part of that is that he was practicing for hours and then going for a run, because physical exercise is
Yeah.
very important when you're trying
Yeah,
to like
yeah.
get in good mental shape.
Yeah, it kind of like gives oxygen to your brain at least, like because
Yeah.
you are sitting like 4 hours in a closed room without no fresh air. So yeah, yeah,
Oh, the
like
plasma.
plasma was very strong in this situation as well. Okay, 2 frags to go, 3 minutes. Like Fatal1ty cannot defend it anymore, and it's super hard to run away now. Whoa,
What?
nice rocket. That was a facial
To the
rocket.
DP, dude.
Yeah, 100 HP rocket. Yep,
Oh my god. This has no HP.
yep. I like the animation of HP. You see, like
Yeah, it's really cool actually.
yeah.
That's the mega where he's toxic.
Okay.
He's just
I think
He's
Tox
gonna
will,
keep running.
yeah, he will throw this one because like he kind of pushes a little bit too much, like, and Fatal1ty likes to stop you like when you're going full ham with LG. And as I said, like people underestimate his aim, but his aim was crazy, crazy good, like one of the best in Quake 4.
Fatal1ty still doesn't have anything. He's 100-0 from what I can tell. Usually he should be around here to shoot rockets so he can get the mega. There he is.
Yeah,
Oh, but he didn't get it. Ah, he waited there for long, way too long. One rocket and he would have gotten
yeah,
the mega. See, I'm already an expert in Quake 4 strategy.
yep.
That's it.
Whoa. Yeah. 36 HP. Yeah.
And he find him. He finds him. He ties the game. 90 seconds to go.
If he ties the game and then wins it, it's like 2-0 and it's over, right?
Yep.
I thought this BO3 was 2-1. Like, if he wins it 2-0, oh man. Then Fatal1ty blew it hard.
Wait, what? Okay, Fatal1ty's plasma. Toxic still has a lot of stack.
Nah,
to go.
Tax will just rush in like always with LG, and if he has enough ammo, 57, yeah, then he will get a kill.
And the yellow coming. Is he not going for the yellow? There he is. A little bit late. I think he was trying to chase Fatal1ty. If he just gone for the yellow, he'd have gotten there first.
I think he just doesn't time at all, so he didn't know that Mega is not coming out.
Now Mega in red. I guess Fatal1ty
Same
gets
time.
one of them.
Yeah. So that's his chance to actually like come back
Yeah.
and defend himself, and Tox has no LG ammo.
Wait, Tox didn't go for the Mega.
Whoa.
He went for the yellow now.
Okay, so
He should have gone for the Mega.
it's just a fake. It's just a fake. Oh no, Tox.
Oh man, this
He
is
pulled out the
this is
Johan.
biggest-
Oh, typical Johan thing.
yeah, that
Okay.
is the biggest error
So
I've
he
seen
gave
so far.
up all the items just for lulz.
Yeah,
Okay, so it's gonna be another map. So he had a chance to fucking win it in 2 maps, and then he decided to not take items at all.
Fatal1ty is wondering now. Wait, I've got all the items. What is Tox doing? What is he living on right now?
Something is like, tricky here. He must have a plan. Okay, he's still like very stacked. Like he can win this with Toxic LG. He could even like 100 less like HP, 200
Yeah,
less,
Fatal1ty is 200.
and he gonna take
And he
Mega.
gets
So,
the Mega in the middle.
so Tox will. Oh,
Wait,
what?
What? No.
Fatal1ty.
We go back.
Look now. Stop now. Okay, so Fatal1ty already has like 100 more like points
200,
of health.
200. Because he
And
got
then
the other Mega.
and then he gonna take Mega. So it's like in total.
Right in the middle of the fight.
Yeah, in total
It's
he will have
400 plus 100. He says 500
Yes,
HP.
yes. In
Toxic
total,
has
270.
250.
Yeah, in total he will have more than 200 HP than Tox. It's
How
insane.
does Toxic win the fight after
Especially-
doing all those mistakes?
And especially, look, go back again. Go back again. Look. He doesn't start the fight with LG. He shoots rocket force and losing
Yeah.
a split second with the fight. Look, and Fatal1ty straight away LG. See?
When does he switch? There you go. He finally switched when he's
90 to
90,
145, yeah. Tox
So,
Tox
the fact
accuracy
that-
was crazy, man.
This is like 2025 accuracy
Yeah.
back in 2006. Like, a lot of people still can't hit this well 20 years later.
A lot of people, like pro players, in Quake 4 in this situation wouldn't hit as much. Like, majority wouldn't. Because like it's not as you think. For you, it seems like easy, but like this accuracy here is like insanely hard to do. Look how fast model is like moving, and like how many of you will just like
It's
keep
even
trying
harder
to
because
re-aim
it's
and
still
like
impressive now.
readjust. Yeah.
It's still impossible now. This is like serious level accuracy. It's 20 years late, 20 years before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Holy, wow!
Crazy shit. Crazy shit, man.
Like what?
He's still gonna throw it.
I mean,
Does he have any LG ammo to defend himself? Yeah, 26 only. Okay, so he gonna lose. Not enough LG ammo. Tox, go pick up LG, dude.
like he just pulled
Yeah.
himself a miracle.
He just he just standing in the middle of the map LG.
He has no idea when anything's coming up.
No, especially that it's like, same time.
Absolutely no idea.
If Fatality would came here, Tox would just run away. Because he wouldn't know if the,
He didn't even pick up LG. It's right there.
Okay, that's a mistake. He cannot really defend himself without LG.
And Fatality has everything he needs.
Yeah,
He finds him and talks plasma because
See?
he doesn't have LG.
Tox doesn't have guns.
Oh my god.
Oh man, I feel so bad for Tox. Why didn't... If he had LG, he would just, destroy him.
Yep. Instead of going for that yellow, he could have just gone for LG instead, and that would have been better.
Okay.
Do you agree with what Cooler said about Toxic now?
What?
All aim, no brain?
A little bitty.
Because that is crazy. Like this,
Oh man.
Toxic has done like at least 2 or 3 really big tactical mistakes.
Yeah.
The only reason he's even in the game is because of the miracle he pulled with the LG earlier.
Yeah.
That's a great map win by Fatality.
Yeah.
That LG fight's still insane.
I'm speechless now.
So now it's gonna be the last map ever.
Yep.
Look at the hits that he got with LG. He got double the hits, and he still didn't want to go for that weapon.
Yeah. It's not like he didn't want to go, but it's like, he's like, Tox, the best moment to describe him is like watching 2v2. We might actually try to rewatch it, like Cooler Tox against Rafa the Hunk. And Cooler convincing like Tox that they need to attack because they are 1 frag down and they need to, catch up. And Tox wants to defend because he thinks they are like 1 frag up. It's like, the moment of the hit gets to him and he is not logically thinking. So he was just standing there doing absolutely nothing, like for a minute, instead of going and picking up LG. Especially that he didn't have to take a jump pad, because you only have to take a jump pad from the first floor, and he was on the second floor. You can just simply jump there. Grab LG, and that's it. Like, he was just standing 1 minute and a half with 26 LG ammo and doing absolutely nothing. And he knew Fat is like on mega health, and he would go for heavy. There was no chance he would attack him there.
Tactical blunders.
Yeah.
Who is the caster on the left?
I wanted to ask you, do you remember the caster on the left? I don't remember his name.
I know the guy on the right, that's Joe Miller. The guy on the left, I'm not sure.
I don't know. That was some American caster. He's familiar to me, but I just forgot his name. I don't even think he's casting anymore.
Yeah, probably not. If he was, I would know him.
Yeah. Oh, this TSN times. Lol.
What is TSN?
Like, I think it was whole production back then. I'm not sure even. If it was only like the site where they, show the matches, or it was whole. I'm not sure.
Team Sportscast Network. That's cool.
Okay, so it's Brett Lutz.
Brett Lutz. And they were both hired by Team Sports Network. Sportscast Network, that's cool.
And they were dressed really nice.
Yeah.
The guy on the left like outfit is quite.
What's happening on the camera?
Nowadays. I don't know, somebody sneaky picky. Somebody sticking his head not into his business with the headsets on. Okay, you are the leader of the mouse. You can speed
Yeah,
this
I was
thing
kind
up
of
a little
expecting
bit.
this to start, but it's taking a while.
Joe is talking things. Okay. Okay, go back. They had to coin flip for the last map? Yeah, go back.
Let's see.
Okay. So there's four maps in the pool. Phrantic. So it's
Phrantic.
like
Which map would favor each of these players?
Phrantic would favor Fatal1ty.
Really? You
Yeah.
said Galante has more items. I would assume that
Yeah,
Dot
but
also
but
favors Fatality.
it also has the railgun, and it's like
Oh,
I think it will favor Tox.
Phrantic. I still don't know what map Galante is. Don't think I've ever seen that.
It's hard to even explain. Oh man, I wish to play Quake 4. That was fun times.
No, you gotta do a Quake for land now.
Whoa.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, good spawn for Tox LG. Let's go, baby.
Oh my, and he already has a
Straight
kill.
away, 80% LG.
Yep.
Plus heavy, plus red armor. Okay.
Second rocket. Okay, he still gets the
Nice,
kill.
yeah. Fatality did a good move. It's like really important to close your like opponent there, like and try to keep in there like with rocket launcher. Don't let him go out of heavy. I keep saying heavy instead of red. Like Quake champions just destroyed my head.
And
Man.
when you play Quake Champions, you say red instead of heavy.
Probably, yeah, I do.
Yeah, yeah.
I actually do, yeah. And now instead of yellow, I say green.
At least you don't say lights.
Yeah, lights. That's a nice dodge.
This is such an
That's a nice
awkward
dodge
place.
from Tox.
I don't know why he goes out. Okay, he still gets the kill somehow.
Yeah, people use this lava to like have a more space to dodge. So
How much was the lava doing? No, not a lot, it seemed.
I
Oh,
don't
Fatal.
remember. Yeah,
Did he not pick up the yellow?
yeah, he had to run away. Like Toxic otherwise would kill him. Like that was like a good choice actually. And Fatality,
Surprised,
like
like-
usually the map was like quite fast. Fatality, if Fatality had a like lead, he would like stay on top there, like near the jump pad, and like here, and run away. Yeah, like now, just run away. See, and go back again here, like afterwards, so like from the other side. See, so
Just
that's
being
yeah, that's his strategy basically on this map. Yeah, if he had like a lead, that was painful. But like Tox is just like destroying him with LG. It's like
Toxic didn't even go for the red. He just let Fatality get it.
yeah.
Because getting out of there seems really hard, especially if you don't have rockets. You can really only go for rockets.
Yeah.
Oh, someone clapped. That must have been too good.
Yeah, probably. Or somebody was mistaken, they thought like Fatality made a frag or something. But yeah, like Fatality is in a really bad spot now. Like he has no lead to defend and it's usually end up bad for him.
How do you come back in this map? Because there's no rail. What do you do? Oh my god, no, that is so so unlucky for him.
I don't know, man. You cannot really get to the point where it's Fatality now, so like keep feeding like you have to somehow like slow the game down. Other look, like you see, like you cannot really. I don't know how to answer you properly. Like instead of dropping down here, he should go top. Like just stop for a second, like think, like try to like listen. Where's your opponent? That's the game where you actually had a sound, so like you could rely on it, and But also
God.
like he constantly has Tox low, so he tries to like re-rush and frag him because eventually he has to get the control back. Back
Yeah.
in the days where you had like 15 time limit, you didn't really slow down the game. You tried to like get control back with like full force. So you were like sacrificing like 6-8 frags or something, and you still could like make it come back. But 12 frags is a little bit too much, but still almost 12 minutes to go. The thing is, like Tox is really playing out of his mind here. If the opponent would be a little bit worse than Tox, Fatality could easily make a comeback from this one. But it's just like, this is the like, big difference in the skills.
Interesting. Tox not even going for the red, just trying to do damage out of it, like you were saying that Fatality would do with a lead.
Yeah, he just holds Fatality here and he doesn't go to red because he knows like Fatality can like keep him there with Rocket and like potentially like even kill him with a lot of damage. But Fatality needs to finally move out of here because like he's like 12 frags down.
He sadly doesn't have rockets either, so
There's two
kind of
rockets.
wants to go for the red.
Yeah, there's lower rocket and upper rocket.
No player really interested in going for the red unless they get a kill before. Fatality finally gives in. Can he get out of here without taking any damage?
Nice rocket.
Very
jump.
nice. And now the LG fights.
Yeah, and Tox started to hit a lot. Like it's a huge problem for Fatality now. There's no rail to like switch up like some kind of fight outcome.
How is he losing this fight? He's so much more stacked than Tox, but Tox is just hitting everything.
Yeah, Tox aim was insane. Like honestly, it was insane. You could potentially rocket jump out of here, and Cooler was usually the rocket jumping out of there. Like through this.
Is that where cooler rocket jumps come from? How many times did he miss those rocket jumps?
Probably until he dies or something. And then he respawns out of that place. So that was the one way to get out of there.
Mission failed successfully.
Yep. No, actually, Cooler invented a lot of good rocket jumps. I think even this rocket jump, like on ZTN, where you were on red and rocket jump out of there was invented by Cooler, I think. Like Cooler as a first one on DM6 was trying to like rocket jump from red to breach and go for mega instantly. Like he did a lot of such good moves, but he was a little bit failing at execution sometimes.
All brain, no aim.
Whoa, interesting grenade. Okay, so for 3 minutes there's no frags. Like 2 minutes there's no frags.
Yeah.
So Tox is doing good job like keeping the lead and not like feeding, and like it pushes Fatality to make mistakes and attack like in a stupid way or something.
Although I do think that Tox hasn't really been keeping up with the items either. So I think if Fatality is managed to get a kill, never mind, that's the red. I was gonna say if Fatality got the red, then Tox would be completely out of the items if he does get a kill, but after that red, Tox just realized that's his chance and can get an easy kill.
How much damage he did, and
God.
You see how crowd is like quiet and they just like, they are hopeless now.
I'm surprised not to see more machine gun usage.
There was no heavy machine gun back then, so the starting machine gun wasn't that strong. Well, that was regular machine gun. Okay. Whoa, a lot of damage.
Yeah. I don't really see a way in for Fatality on this map.
Me neither. Like,
unless Toxic makes a mistake like he did on the previous map, but
he has to make like 20 of that mistakes.
Yeah.
At least. And then he still like some of those situations he will get out because of LG. Because LG is like in easier access for Tox, so he will usually always have an ammo. But you know what I like about those times? Like, do you realize that back then people usually didn't give up so fast? Like, you imagine somebody losing now like this, even if it was 7 minutes left, they would instantly GG go next or something, right? Like, this is the kind of mentality nowadays, maybe because the game is more developed and you kind of know the outcome.
These new generations,
and
man.
The other guy, you understand that the other guy won't let you a chance to like come back, right? But still, like, back in the days, you didn't really give up, so you played till the end always. Like, even I, like, this is the mentality which Rafa brought, and it stayed only with Rafa. All of us lost it at some point, like me, Cooler, Cypher, like all the old players, I mean. Only Rafa stayed with this mentality that you always play till the end, even if it doesn't matter. It's like it gives you like some time to think, some time to warm up. Maybe you're gonna chill, maybe your nerves gonna like go down, maybe you will come up with some idea or some, like adjustment or anything, and anything can happen. And sometimes like you're giving yourself this like, see, go back, go back. Take him on minus. It's you heard too good. Take him on minus. Tox, look, Tox is writing something. It's quiet in the studio. Woo! He destroyed this crowd. Fuck yeah, let's go, Tox. He destroyed this crowd. Yeah, it's so quiet in the studio, man.
Oh man.
Even Fatal1ty is laughing. That was a good one. And too good. Stick him on minus, Tox.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And back to what you were saying about Rafa.
Look, now he gonna
Rafa
kill Tox and crowd will go insane, man.
that'll be funny.
That will be like, no, that will be, you know what will it be? It will be sad.
No, it would be funny.
No, it will be sad
Can you kill him?
for this crowd. That would be embarrassing, to be honest.
Can he get a kill?
I don't think so. Too strong. Johan, too strong.
1 HP, dude. He actually cheered
Yeah, he cheered
for the
himself.
1 Nice.
Okay,
Without
but at
being
least
slapped.
we're getting some good vibes, so
Yeah.
Fatality is not like,
Like what you were saying about Rafa, I think he's just the most focused person I've ever seen in Quake.
yeah. Like from
Like
the
he-
very beginning till the very end.
Yeah. Like and even when he plays for like 7 hours, he's super focused throughout all of
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And even in public claims, he's always super
Yeah,
focused.
yeah,
I
yeah.
cannot maintain my focus for like more than 30 minutes at a time. He can do it for hours on end.
Not even that, what I find myself is like not even that I cannot be focused. It just like it's too boring sometimes. Like Rafa will meet some weak player, right, and he will destroy him 40-0.
And he's always super focused throughout all of that.
Even if I'm capable of doing that with my skill too, I will never do it because like when I'm winning 10 frags, I will just start to like giving the guy chance or like something, just like losing the game up. Like I wouldn't see a point for me to like push like some newbie for 10 minutes straight, like, and and then he gonna lose one frag and he's like, fuck, it was around the corner, man. And it's like it shows you that he's really into this game. I will be like,
Yeah. That's the kind of focus you need to have.
yeah, it's like, or like with Cooler, for example, he will also like play like for 7 hours straight or 8 hours straight, but at some point you kind of see that he's just fooling around a little bit, or it's
Yeah.
like he's just giving you feel to like to just see what you're gonna do and like those kind of things. And Rafa is playing every game like it's a tournament. He always tries to practice as
As if he's in
close
the grand final.
as to the like LAN environments. Even
Yeah.
the times he's speaking for his practice and amount of practice is like similar to what he would be playing on.
That's a really good
Imagine-
really good point
yeah.
because a lot of players like us, when we practice, we're practicing at like 8 to 10 p.m. Whereas
Yeah.
most of your games at LAN is going to be from like 9 a.m. to 4
Yeah.
p.m.
Even before this King on 2v2, like Maxter Rafa was the only like team basically who started to not like play map by map, but they were playing actual BO3s,
Yeah,
and
always
actual
BO3s.
BO5s because they potentially could play BO5s. I think they played even some BO7, and like like always like banning champions, like always
Yep.
thinking what to ban and trying to ban something different. And we were like more like, okay, so what we ban? Yeah, just ban clutch. Okay, yeah, whatever. Let's not even think about it. Just too much time, like and they like it's
They were doing it always serious, and then when it came to the real show, they were already prepared for all of it.
yeah. They already went through so many scenarios and like they knew what to do and stuff.
Because for how minuscule that looks and how pointless that looks, all of that experience and comfortability eventually builds up.
Yeah.
But yeah, after all of the mistakes Sox was doing on the previous game, he stepped up hard for this one.
Now he's trash talking fat.
You know that sometimes I see old toxic VODs and I realize this guy was a massive trash talker, especially the ones versus Schooler. Like he's playing the M6 versus Schooler. He's just spamming smileys after every LG fight.
Yeah, yeah. But you know,
Young toxic, man.
it also shows that it was very easy to get into his head.
Yeah.
Extremely easy. I think Tox was like Tox had the biggest potential to get tilted by someone. Also, strengths I think was easy to tilt.
To tilt strengths, he wouldn't even have to do anything.
No.
He would tilt himself sometimes.
Yeah.
I've seen strengths get tilted, like in a random Zotek, thinking his opponent was hiding because he couldn't find him when his opponent was actually 999 and then
He
disconnected.
was just grabbing some coffee. And
And strengths was
tilting.
getting tilted, thinking he was disrespecting him or something.
Yeah. Strengths was very honorable guy. You couldn't disrespect him. Oh man, 2025 we still talk about strengths. It's insane.
Strengths is great.
Yeah. He probably gonna watch it and message you. Guess why you are disrespecting me in the video when you watch Talks against Fatality in Quake 4. Just by accident I clicked the video and you guys talking about me in 1 hour 01 minute. I just by accident click on that time. Okay, at least there's no more beefing and Dogs managed
Oh,
to
look
win.
at the LG difference.
See, 39.
40% versus 27. Oh, 39, yeah.
That's crazy, man. That's insane. Okay, that's it. We brought you some story, guys, like some ancient story. It was like 2006, almost 20 years ago. Jeez. How old was Tox? Like
20 years ago, I think he was 58.
you caught me off guard with this common joke, but wait. So he's 38 now, right? Or like 40?
Yeah.
40? No, he's 40 now, right?
So he was like 20, 18 or something, I don't know. 21
What?
maybe.
So he was 15? No way.
What do you mean 15? No, this was 19 years ago. If he's 38 now, he was 19 back then.
Okay, 19. Jesus, still young as heck. Anyway, that's it, guys. Let us know what you think about it and what we should do next, because that was the video from one of you who requested it. So keep giving us some like ideas, and then we will try to like make it true for you. However it sounds.
To grant wishes.
Anyway, let us know what you think.